and price.
Money 1055 and money1055.biz.
The views and opinions expressed in the following paid program are not necessarily those of the radio station and its sponsors and should not be construed as legal investment or tax advice. You should always consult the appropriate advisor before making any financial decision.
The following program is sponsored by the Now Academy.
I say I'm gonna lay it right on the line. A dollar bill is a friend of mine. We need money. I'm talking about money. Hey, credit.
Money 2.0 presents In the Now, the premier show for entrepreneurs, business owners, and business leaders. With marketing experts Brandon Hintz and Mike Driggers. Get ready to unleash and launch because they're going to blow your mind. Now, here are Brandon Hintz and Mike Driggers on Money 1055.
Hello. Welcome to In the Now Radio. I'm Brandon Hintz with co-host Mike Driggers. Welcome to In the Now.
Good morning. Happy New Year. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, it is. It's the new year.
Man.
It's going good so far.
Yeah.
This morning I blew down the road, no traffic, no stoplights. I was like, wow, this is weird.
Yeah, I had coming up here hardly any traffic at all, which was a blessing, you know, because I got here early and was able to work on some things. So kind of worked out.
Yeah. And since our last guest, remember I called you yesterday. I said, remember that random act of kindness?
Right.
She said it's a conscious act of kindness.
Conscious.
So every once in a while, this morning was really early. I got up, I got out of the house, and I'm like, I'm going to do a couple nice things for someone today. If I see someone, panhandling or a family or something, I'm going to donate. And I was thinking, I'm going to buy the next person that gets in line behind me coffee this morning. And as I'm sitting in the line, there's no one in the line, which is rare. And then right behind me, the Sacramento County Sheriff pulls in. I'm like, I'm buying him coffee. It's like kill two birds with one stone. Get to do a conscious act of kindness, and I got to help out a police officer this morning with a cup of coffee.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome.
I've done that before where I've actually made that conscious thing to actually do that, and the car behind me was like $20, and I'm like, oh, okay, go ahead and do it. What do you say? No, I'll wait till next time.
Yeah. I was. It was funny because I was standing in line, and there was this, older lady. And she was sitting there doing her groceries, right, getting checked in, and she just didn't have enough money. And I could see that she had some food stamps and stuff, and she's only like $5 short, and she was going to return this thing. And I just said, hey, don't worry about it. I'll cover her. Here you go. And I gave him $5. Just pay it forward for the new year. Start the new year with a blessing.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we always look at is, the whole reason why the Now Academy was formed and why In the Now is a show and why we're going what we call one to many is so that we can help as many people as possible with as much knowledge as we could give away for free. Everything that we're doing right now, what we're sharing, what the guests bring to the table, we're trying to give it to help as many people pay it forward. If you guys hear a marketing tip today and you take action on it, or you get some advice or something that registers with you, that aha moment today, that you actually take action on that changes your life, that's going to come back around to everyone. It's filling up the community. I think we had a guest about 3 shows back that talked about the more you give to the neighborhood, to the people around you, to everything that you're doing, it's not like you're doing it to pay it forward. You're actually bettering the community you live in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you get out and pick up a piece of trash on the corner by your house, the neighborhood looks better. And the same thing happens when you help somebody out in the neighborhood. It's not that you're looking for something to come back your way. You're just giving it.
Well, you're contributing to the universe, right?
Yeah.
So, even just you see something, sometimes we're so caught up in what we do. If you're walking down the road and you see a piece of trash, pick it up. Contribute to the universe.
Yeah, we teach a lot in our Design It course that we hold every quarter. Just what is it you want in your life? What do you want to experience? And then the second step of that is what will have to change about you or about what you do to achieve that. And then once you've achieved it all, how will you give it back? So I know when we first started out, we really wanted to help as many people as possible with everything.
Sure.
And then as that started growing, we have our paid courses that people go to. And then from the paid courses, we actually give chances to give more back.
Right.
So it's kind of working in this full cycle for us. And it's that old Zig Ziglar model. You help as many people get what they want, and you will have what you want going forward.
Yeah, success will naturally come to you, right?
Now, this happens in all kinds of different platforms. So our topic today is kind of spreading it wide range, one to many.
Yeah, public speaking in many forms, whether it's you are doing a workshop, whether you're doing the radio station, right? Maybe you're producing a movie.
Yeah, you're showing up down at the local Chamber of Commerce for breakfast, lunch, and learns.
The networking, right? It's the ability to even to have your own events, right? Online trainings, anything that's going to allow you to get to the masses quicker, right? Versus one-on-one appointments or trying to set up individual webinars or calls. The best bang for the buck and the best, fastest results, not only does it position you as an authority, but getting out there and speaking.
Yeah, so the one-to-many factor breaks down versus one-on-one, right? So if every time you do a business transaction, it's just one-to-one person, then your marketing needs to go one-to-many. So when you post a social media ad, you aim for your perfect client and let the rest of the flow happen and let those people who come in there caught in the web come in. But that's one-to-many. So when you post an ad out there, you're always looking for someone, right? So marketing isn't for everyone. It's for someone.
Sure.
You identify your perfect client and you send that marketing out, and then other clients see it that may not be your ideal client but also need your service, come into that same realm, and you capture them in the same funnel.
Well, and there's a lot of businesses that don't realize, even the smaller ones, they don't realize the importance of getting out there and doing public speaking. Right? Or doing some type of event to educate. You were telling me about this sushi restaurant here in Sacramento that teaches people how to cook sushi.
Yeah, anyone who's on this show right now, if they love sushi, they've been to Mikuni's, and Taro is a celebrity.
Right.
He has books. He teaches courses. He does personalized chef at your house. He comes out and does all this stuff. He's a restaurant owner, right?
Yeah.
No, he's an entrepreneur.
He's a marketer.
Yes, he has this marketing in mind. He knows, and he loves the celebrity status. So even a restaurant can do these things.
Yeah,
we have a person who sells vitamins, and we put together a workshop for them that they literally, it's like a lunch and learn. You come and learn about the education of health. And then at the end of the seminar, they tell you, and one of the ways we've gone is by using this product every day, which has increased my life value. And that's one to many. So no matter what kind of business you are, there's a platform for you out there.
Yeah, there's tons. I mean, I know a gentleman that catered to the food industry within schools. So schools that provide meals. And he didn't know, that there was this opportunity to go speak, and he's actually created a whole program for his business. And he goes now to all these schools and speaks to all the cafeteria folks. And then, we got people calling us. People are trying to log in. Hopefully it's not our guest. Yeah. Anyway, so, but he goes and he speaks to these folks.
Yeah, same exact scenario. I have a gentleman that we helped with that has these really wholesome quality food vending machines, right? Mm-hmm. He could have just slapped those vending machines into these businesses and never showed up. But instead, he worked with HR to actually showcase and do a seminar for the whole entire company about what he's going to be putting in there. And then my number one thing is he surveyed them. You ask your customers what they want, and then you give it to them. So he filled these machines with the kind of food that they would eat, and his record sales started breaking through. Within the first 6 months, he cracked $1 million in vending machines.
Wow.
To where the year before we actually got a hold of him and said, hey, you got to do one-to-many, he basically was going in and just planting these machines and hoping people would just walk by and notice them. But instead, now getting in there and educating a little bit about it, he's getting that one-to-many factor and taking his business to the next level, which is the same thing for anyone who's an entrepreneur with a business out there, a speaker, an author, a coach, or just someone launching a new product. Find out where your perfect client is at and dig deep with them. Find out how you could educate that market to look at your service in a different light.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about exposure, right? And a lot of times there's the professional service side of the business. It's not about being on the right corner for foot traffic. It's about getting in front of that foot traffic. And so what do you do to do that? And so, and I'm excited about our guest that's going to be coming up. A good friend of mine, Doug Vermeeren. He teaches public speaking and marketing and one to many. He has authored the book Millionaire for Dummies. But man, he's produced 4 movies that have just world record global exposure, and I'm excited to have him on here soon.
Yeah, the guest is on the line.
They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Or how about the one that says, mindset is everything? I truly believe both these statements. If you're looking to grow in your life or your business, then something's got to change. Stop the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Hi, I'm Brandon Hintz, and I've helped thousands of my clients do just that. Stop being controlled by limiting beliefs and patterns that don't suit you anymore. Join me at AskBrandonForFree.com. That's AskBrandonForFree.com.
Money 105.5 and the Money 105.5 app with Brandon Hintz and Mike Driggers in the now.
Welcome back to In the Now.
Yes, welcome back. I'm so excited about 2018, man. We're about to rock, and our next speaker is a gentleman that I met 3 years ago. He and I were on stage with the Guerrilla Marketing Summit, and we shared the stage with some other amazing speakers, and we just kind of hit it off right away and got to know Doug. And man, he like I said before going to break, you know, he's produced 4 movies that have just taken off around the world. They're full production movies. He's co-authored the book A Guerrilla Marketing for Millionaire or something like that. I may be hacking up the name, but he'll tell us. And then but his other one, the out of the Dummy series, right, the Millionaire for Dummies, and it's a cool little book. I've got it on my shelf, and you know, it's just this man does not stop. He owns a branding company. He's got all kinds of things and businesses, and right now he teaches on 10x speaking, taking your speaking in for small businesses. So I want to bring to the show today my good friend and Doug Vermeeren, who is actually live, I believe, live in Toronto, Canada, on stage, teaching people how to work with the media and be on a show. Doug, are you there?
I sure am. It's great to be with you. How are you doing?
We're fantastic and improving. How are you?
That's awesome. We're actually here live with a big group in Toronto. Hey, everybody, say hi from Toronto.
That's awesome.
What's up here in Canada? I'm telling you, these guys are survivors.
And it's a group of entrepreneurs, which is right up our show, In the Now. Our whole thing's about entrepreneur mindset, marketing, mentorship, and so it's a perfect audience for all of us. And this is pretty unique. So you're on stage showing them how to do a media interview. Is that correct?
You got it. And you know one of the funny things that we laugh about up here in Canada, because it is so cold. You know, in the United States, you guys got a television show called Survivor, right?
Right.
But we call that camping.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's Canada for you.
So
there you go.
So Doug, share some things with our audience, as far as what you're doing, and especially our topic today is, speaking one to many, which is in a lot of different ways, from like producing a movie to creating a book, online training, getting in front of on the stage, speaking to hundreds of thousands of people. Why don't you share your philosophies and knowledge around that?
Absolutely. I think that speaking one to many is probably.
Oh, we're having technical difficulties. You're cutting in and out.
Okay, you got me still?
Yeah,
got you.
There you go.
Okay, cool. So what I'm saying is that this idea of one to many is actually the fastest way to grow your business. And that's one of the reasons I love speaking, that I love the media, because it just really, if you've got a strong message, if you've got something brilliant to share, there's no better way to get it out there. And so, here's you asked the question, what's maybe one of the first tips that I think is important to share, is that you really need to know your content so well that if you know it, you can flow it. You can just really connect with the audience at an authentic level. People nowadays are not looking for signature talk. For somebody that understands their problem and can just talk about it in a very...
Guy, you gotta love technology. We're cutting in.
Yeah,
and out
so
of
if you know it, you can flow it. And what he's basically getting at right there is that once you know what your message is going to be, you've got to bring that to heart. You've got to live it. So one of the things that I watched, recently I watched this Tony Robbins thing about where one of the guys went to go out to his Fiji island and spend the day with him, and he was shocked how he really embraces exactly what he teaches. He actually jumps in, does his morning ritual, does his morning workout, jumps into his little ice tank and freezes himself. But when you ask him a question, it's right there because he knows his content like the back of his hand because he lives it. And a lot of us, and there's something that Gary Vaynerchuk put out. He said, if you keep copying everybody, you'll never be authentic and grow. It's okay to learn from a millionaire, right?
Here's the other thing, too, that I always share is you need to be a learner before you can be a leader.
Exactly.
And that's the important thing is you need to be a consistent learner. Every single day, you need to be dedicating time to growing your craft. And this just is. We know that right now in the marketplace, whatever business you're in, whatever enterprise you're engaged in, it is changing and evolving. And unless you really make a dedicated effort to make yourself a top learner, you're going to be soon irrelevant. Like, look at some of the companies that have drifted by the wayside because they just could not evolve.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have Blockbuster Video anymore. Don't become that in your business.
No, not at all. And, I call it BAM. Be always mastering and marketing your trade, right? And so I think
that's a great way to say it. The way we say it over here is mastery equals monopoly. If you can really become a master at what you do, you don't have to worry about your competition. It all takes care of itself if you take care of your people in the most ultimate way.
Well, and I think what's important about the point that you made about knowing your content is that when you know your content, you're comfortable no matter where you're at. Right. I mean, even like right now, this got pieced together in like minutes, like we didn't even have a full week to do research. Now it just all came together. But because we know our content, because we know, the backgrounds and things like that, we're able to deliver without being nervous. And that's a lot of times they get nervous because they're afraid of rejection. Right. But when you know your content, you can pop it off anytime.
I'm 100% with you. And that's why I think this idea of fake it till you make it is kind of a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
Because the truth of the matter is it goes with what Stephen Covey said, that public victories are preceded by private victories. And I hate to say it, that if you don't put in the time privately, you really never can fake it. You'll always get caught, and people will know that you don't know what you're talking about. So it's really important that even if you're not yet living the life of your dreams, you are preparing for the life of your dreams. And you're doing that consistently every day.
Yeah, and that's something that our generation is now knowing a lot more, is that even us as professionals, we know that you've got to hone your craft. I'm constantly doing workshops, masterminds, one-on-ones. And 10 years ago, people were afraid of that. Oh, that's a lot of money. I can't do that. But the more money you invest in yourself, the more solid you're going to be as a leader. Learner before you can be a leader. The more you learn, the more strategically you place yourself in the right situation.
Well, and the key word that you just said was invest in yourself. A lot of businesses or people that don't have the right mindset think of it as an expense. Everything I do or learn, I'm constantly learning. I'm investing in me, which creates more value.
Yep.
So I think a lot of
the thing I love about that too, like one of my mentors directly was Frank McGuire, who's one of the 4 founders of Federal Express. And he asked me one time, he says, what's the most expensive thing in the world? And I kind of shrugged and didn't know. I mean, I was a young kid. But he says the most expensive thing in the world is ignorance. Because it costs you money, it keeps you from making money. But most important, which people forget, it costs you time. And time is even more valuable than money. And I know we pay that a lot of lip service. We talk about that idea a lot. If you really, really think about it, I mean, you can make money all you want, but you can never make a moment or a second of time. So it's such an important thing to really get the best advice from the best people. And, if you're paying for the best, you're not really worried about what it costs because it's always going to repay you at least tenfold.
Well, and I love that point that you just brought out because, mentorship is critical. I believe in mentorship. I've got 5 different mentors for different things. Doug mentors me, right? Yeah. And on some of the things that we're doing, and man, what a master at his trade, right? And when I look for mentors, one of the things that I look for is mentors that are always learning their trade because I know it's going to roll downhill. I'll pick up the crumbs that helps me get to that next level where I can participate. But the importance of what I think you were saying is in mentorship, is that it speeds up the process. You eliminate
100%.
that cost that you're talking about, right? You're eliminating.
One of the things that's kind of cool that you're getting into here is this morning, even at this event, we were talking about mentors and coaches, the difference between the two. And they're both valuable. But one of the things that we love about mentors is that you're actually getting advice from someone who's done it, who's been there, and can show you the exact path. And I think that that's something that most people kind of neglect. I mean, if you're going to cross the street on a busy road, like imagine the video game Frogger, do you want to just run for it and just roll the dice and hope you make it? Or do you want somebody who actually knows how to push the crosswalk button and take you across safely? You want the guy with the most knowledge of where to cross, when to cross, how to cross, so you're going to make it. You don't want to get squished in the road, right? And I think too many people just try to wing it and make a run for it and think they're doing a smart thing and saving money and all that kind of stuff in the end. But when they get to the other side, they're battered and broken. Now, I don't want to manipulate the whole conversation here, but there's actually something interesting that the Chinese philosopher Confucius said. Confucius said there's 3 ways to learn wisdom. He said the first way is reflection. So in other words, you think about it. That's kind of like when we're in the shower, we get good ideas. You know, we've all had that. But
oh, we lost the last part of it.
We got reflection.
So I said, I don't care if you got an idea on how to build a $400,000 business. If you've never done that, you'll never be able to build a $1 million business. So reflection isn't enough.
So
the second thing, so go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the second thing Confucius said is experience, and that's really the school of hard knocks. So that means that, you know, through your experience, you can go out and you can learn it. But you remember Malcolm Gladwell in Outliers said it takes 10,000. All that kind of time. But the last way Confucius says we learn wisdom is through imitating. So in other words, we find a mentor or someone that has done it, and we imitate with preciseness what they've done. And then we innovate on it, which makes it personal. And that's the problem is I think too many people who are trying to get to success are stumbling, they're failing, they're investing a lot of money in the wrong things because they're not imitating those that are actually able to get them results. And so choose your mentors carefully. If you want to build a 7 or 8 figure business, you need at least a 7 or an 8 figure mentor. Don't settle for a business coach that's still working on his first 5 figures, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And well, and this goes right to the segment, what we're talking about, speaking one to many. If you're not comfortable or have not gone out there and done workshops or getting in the media or creating your online training, whatever it is, and speaking, being on stage, then seek out someone that has been there, that's doing it, so that you can be coached and guided.
Yeah, you want to find someone that's been there and done that, because the advice they're going to give you is the same thing that they had to fall through. So like one of my biggest sayings is fall down 7, stand up 8. But when I fell down the first time, I asked for help. Mm-hmm. When I fell down the second time, I hired a mentor. And I also truly believe that when you look at this reflection, this experience, and this imitation, you have to find someone who's done it. So we teach this in our Design It course as well. A coach teaches a curriculum and things that he's learned that he can teach. A mentor shows you how he got there and how he collapsed time frames to make it faster for you. Because collapsing the time frame is what's going to earn you back your life. So you're going to be successful and have these huge triumphant moments, and you're going to earn more income without sacrificing your life in the meantime. We can all get there. Everyone that listens to this radio show right now, everyone in that audience is successful. But how you get there in the time frame...
It's super cool that you say that, too. Because we do a one-on-one program. I've got one of my one-on-one students that comes and learns speaking from us one by one. And he was looking to speak internationally at a high level and also get to bigger audiences. And just through our, quick working with him on this, we were able to help him achieve a 7-figure event for himself and, really hit a high level. Who would like to do that? You've got to find the guys that are doing it. And the cool thing about this is they're not always in your backyard. Like, you've got to be willing to travel. One of the things I'm known for is I went out and I interviewed more than 400 of the world's top achievers, and they were not all in my city or in my country. I had to go internationally for that. And so the question I have for most people who are looking to attain success is really, how committed are you? Are you willing to get on a plane to meet with people? Are you willing to travel far to go to an event? Are you willing to acquire a mentor? Are you willing to join a master class and really dial into the people who can take you there? And you've got to be willing to make those sacrifices.
Well, that's awesome, Doug. And we're going to go to commercial here. So this is Mike Driggers with In the Now, and my co-host Brandon Hintz with Doug Vermeeren on the live audience in Quebec. And we'll be back, and when we do, share some more tips on public speaking, one to many.
Have you ever heard the statement, mindset is everything? I believe this statement to be true. If you're ready to grow in your business or you're trying to change things in your life, mindset is key. I'm Brandon Hintz, and I've helped thousands of my clients set their mindset in the right direction to allow them to achieve their goals and to make changes in their lives. You can have what you want. Let's stop the limiting beliefs that are holding you back with my help. Go to AskBrandonForFree.com. That's AskBrandonForFree.com.
Violence and sudden attacks at public locations seem to be happening more frequently. Thousands of people are being impacted daily as a result of violence. Do you know what the warning signs are? Would you know what to do if something occurred? Listen every Monday at 4 p.m. to Secure Sacramento, hosted by me, Hector Alvarez, where we're going to be talking about just that very thing, giving you ideas of what to do. Download the Money 105 app and send in your questions to be answered live. Again, every Monday at 4 p.m. on Secure Sacramento. Listen, learn, and be prepared. Find us at wvpexperts.com. Call us before you need us.
Stuck in an expensive timeshare contract and feel like there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO of Wesley Financial Group. I've helped thousands of people get rid of their timeshares.
I didn't realize what I was getting into.
Okay, the guest is back.
A scam. I finally found
It sounds like it might be a better connection.
He agreed to meet us. It was just a wonderful experience because he knows that business inside out, and he actually wanted to solve our problem.
I fought the largest timeshare company in federal court, and yes, I won. Whether you owe $10,000 to $250,000 on your timeshare, we can help cancel your mortgage. When you're approved as a client, I guarantee you a 100% success rate. We'll get you out of your timeshare, eliminate your payments, and get them off of your back permanently. And we proudly hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau.
Call Wesley Financial Group now for your free consultation at 800-786-9300. That's 800-786-9300. 800-786-9300.
Now back to In the Now with Brandon Hintz and Mike Driggers on Money 105.5's Money 2.0.
Welcome back.
Good morning, man. Powerful show.
Be a learner before you can be a leader.
That was a great quote. I love that. And, real quick, Mike Driggers, Brandon Hintz, In the Now on 105.5 FM. And we're live streaming on the Now Academy on Facebook. You can go there and see us in the station while we talk to our good friend, Doug Vermeeren, who's a producer of 4 movies. He's written a lot of books. He trains and teaches. And we've been talking about the one to many. Speaking
and
of
he's
one
currently
to many.
live on stage in front of an audience right now on this topic.
That's so awesome. So, technology, you got to love it and hate it at the same time. So, Doug, how are you?
I'm crazy, but I'm good at it. Years of practice. You know this business, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to know it before you can flow it.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we went to break, we were talking about mentorship and the importance and the principle around that is to find someone to help you get into one and many, to speak to one and many. What are some additional tips that you could provide as far as speaking and playing in that role of one to many?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what's interesting is in the speaking training courses that we offer, one of the biggest things that we find that speakers are unaware of or neglectful of is they don't understand that it's a speaking business. And so they may be really good speakers. They may have good presentation skills. And like I said, there's a lot of speaker trainers that are out there showing people how to present themselves on stage and giving these ideas of signature talks and so forth. But the truth of the matter is that that's not what the marketplace requires today. The marketplace does require that a speaking business owner understand the speaking business. And so a lot of what we teach, in fact, I've got something called 10X Your Speaking Business where we share 12 modules on how to build an effective speaking business in today's marketplace. Number 1 is the content that we talk about. Number 2 is finding the right business model, which most speakers think it's either speak for a fee or get paid for selling something on stage. But there's actually more than 250 business models available to speakers today. And then the third module is, I think, one of the most essentials, and it's how do you build the right sales funnel so you can take your customers on a journey so they become lifelong learners with you. You see, one speech, it's important, it's motivating, but to change a life, I believe you need a relationship, which means you need to find a way to have people work with you as a speaker long term.
Absolutely. We call this our unique value ladder. How are they going to go up the ladder with you all the way to the top of where you want to take them?
That's right. And what's funny is every event that we do, we make a 5-year plan for every attendee that's there. So we're not looking to just visit with someone once and say, oh, thanks, you love my speech, let's do a selfie, and we're out the door. That's not going to work. What we want to do is we want to have people that we can actually get results for, and they literally become like family. We're interested in their success. We help them in their success. I know them intimately enough that when opportunities appear, I can include them in things that appear in my network, and these people get results. That's why I'm creating seven-figure speakers, because we have a long-term view of where they're going, and we build the relationships.
Well, and I think that the key point that you made in that, there's so many gold nuggets rolling out right now. I just love this, is that that when anything that you do to get in front of one-to-many, you're talking about a 5-year plan of a relationship with that audience. How do you get them in your database to be able to constantly communicate to that one-to-many? And I think that's powerful.
And it's cool what you say about getting them into the database, but I do kind of, how should we say, I don't want to say I disagree with you, but I'm going to say that we never ever actually call it a database in our programs. We actually call it our family. And I think
your tribe.
Your tribe.
Yeah. And here's the deal: is if they get your vibe, they're going to become your tribe. That's the way it goes.
Yep.
And so we really try to help our audience feel like they're not just a name in a database, or they're not just a number in a chair, and they're not just somebody with cash in hand to buy a program. These are literally people that we want to get to know, and people that we want to help succeed, and they're people that we like. They're investing in us, so we're prepared to invest in them. We want to give them our very, very best, so that they can get to their very, very best as individuals, right?
Yeah, I love that. I mean, in that quote, when they get your vibe, they become your tribe, right? And I think that's powerful. And you're right. Most people, because of technology today, most people are jumping on lists.
These drip systems,
yes,
these
and they
funnels.
use all this. And the mentality is just, a lot of marketers are just hitting the masses, and hopefully, they're fishing in a big pool of fish and something bites, right? Where you're cultivating this family, so that, again, that relationship's stronger and they feel your vibe.
And see, this is a great point, Doug. This is why all of us have sought out these mentors, is because they're teaching us that we're human. And these are other humans that you're providing a service for, and you're building this tribe. And this isn't just a Salesforce tactic to try to get the CRM to start tickling everybody. No, it's actually becoming your community, and we're learning this from mentors that have experienced this and know this. So when we seek out these mentors to do these one-to-many speeches, we're learning from people that are teaching us golden nuggets on how to really nurture a tribe, how to be part of a community, know what experiences your clients want to do, and how you're going to help them change to achieve that.
Well, I totally agree with you. And, one of the things that your listeners might find interesting is we actually have a free Facebook group where we teach a lot of this stuff for free. It's called the 10X Your Speaking Business group. And in it, we talk a lot about how you can build these connections with your audience over the long term to get them results, right? And this is just it, is make a plan for a minimum of the 5 years. But at the same token, it's not just a matter of sort of, what you can teach along that way. But at the same token, even me as the leader, the teacher, the head of the tribe, I'm always actually asking this group what it is they're struggling with and learning from. So even our lessons and the tools that we share are evolving, because it's such a symbiotic relationship. So it's not just me as the teacher, you're with me for 5 years. It's also me as the learner, what do you need along the way during the 5 years? And it makes my teaching even much more powerful.
Yeah, and that's what all of us have learned as mentors now, is you ask your clients what they want, and you give it to them.
Yeah, well, and I have this saying, which we've said it before, that every master was a disaster before they become a master. And in the martial arts, we learn the martial arts to get to a black belt, but the real learning starts when you teach it.
Yep.
And that's the true learning. And so, being able to go out there and ask your audience and you notice things like, oh, you know what? I could do this that helps them even more because I asked a question, what do you need?
Yep. So, Doug, what's the Facebook group our guys can go to?
Too. I don't know if you knew this, but I actually compete in mixed martial arts. So I'm a mixed martial arts competitor. And the other thing that I think is really funny about just that comment that's made there is I don't care how much you practice martial arts, you can't learn it by yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You can't learn how to defend yourself against, thin air.
Yeah.
And so it really, I think any exercise you do that involves learning must involve other people, just because all the information isn't there. Kind of also reminds me of this idea. There's a lot of speakers that are out there that think if they're going to write a book, they need to go do a retreat and hide away somewhere to, come up with all the best ideas for their book. That's actually the worst way to write a book and guaranteed to give you a garage full of books, right?
Yeah.
What you need to do is actually engage those who are going to be reading and buying the book and learning from the book and asking them what's most valuable. So you can always tell when I'm writing a book. If you go to that 10X Your Speaking Business group on Facebook, I'm always posting questions about the current book that I'm writing. So you can always tell when I'm writing because that's what I'm asking the most questions to my audience, right?
Yeah.
And, that's what you need to do. Involve the people that are going to be part of the end result.
Well, the beautiful thing about that is you're designing a product of what people want because they're telling you. You're surveying, right? I mean, that's
100%.
That's one of our core things that we teach in our courses is that marketing isn't for everyone. It's for someone. You've got to ask your clients what they want, and then you give it to them. Otherwise, you're not really in a true business. You're just providing a service that you think is beneficial, and your growth pattern won't happen as rapidly as you think it will.
Yeah, I can't count how many times I've come across clients that they never think about surveying. I'm going to create this product, and here's what it's about. And then I ask them, how do you know? What do you know? Like, have you asked?
Or how many times has there been a marketing campaign that you sat at home and you did the whole entire thing as a business owner and you never once asked your clients?
Yeah.
You never even surveyed them. You never even found out what they liked about your product, what they disliked, what they like to see more of, anything. Let's just launch a campaign and see how it goes.
Absolutely. So, Doug, what is a question that I should have asked that I haven't asked?
Wow. Well, that's always a tough one when they ask that. I think really, when I look at the questions that people typically ask me about building speaking businesses, one of the ones that comes without fail, well, there's really a couple of big ones. Looking at my career, they ask, how do you get more speaking gigs? And the question shouldn't be more speaking gigs, it's how do you get more profitable speaking gigs? That's a big question. The next is people ask, how do you sell from the stage? And I'm going to tell you, not like that guy.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that are still of that mindset, run to the back of the room, let's make everybody feel manipulated into buying the product. And that's kind of 1980s, 1990s, doesn't really work. People don't want to feel violated. And a lot of those speakers who do that kind of a sale don't always do it with finesse, so there's a high return on that. But one of the other big questions that comes to me, because we've done, right now, out of the movies that we've done as personal development, 3 out of my movies are among the top 10 movies in personal development. So you've got The Secret, What the Bleep, and then my movie, The Opus, and then you've got my other ones scattered throughout the top 10. We've worked with everybody from Bob Proctor to Jack Canfield to Mark Victor Hansen to Joe Vitale to John DeMartini, the rest of the gang that we all know and love. And the thing that a lot of people ask me is, how do you get those guys to joint venture with you? How do you get those guys to, invite you on their stages? Like Bob Proctor just wrote the foreword on one of my latest books called 10X Your Speaking Business. So Bob's in there. How do you get guys like that to support you and do it? Well, obviously, number one is you got to have quality stuff. There's a reason why they'll support you. They don't support crap, so make sure your stuff's good. And then there's a formula for getting these guys interested and available to help you. So those are some of the biggest questions that I'm asked. The other thing that I'm asked a lot is I do a lot of television and radio appearances, kind of like you guys' show, and I really appreciate you guys for having me on. This is an important part of building a speaking career, is to be out visible among the public. So you guys are, in my opinion, stars for having people like me on. But how do you get more of those media appearances? In fact, right now I'm rated number 3 in the world for the most media appearances after Tony Robbins and Deepak Chopra, and Wayne Dyer did beat me, but the poor guy passed away. We miss him. But I'm now number 3. So how do you get more media appearances, right? And that's something that we teach our students too, and that goes a really long way. If we're talking one-to-many, the last CNN appearance that I did, there was 44 million people tuned in. I don't know if I've ever had a live audience even close to that, right? I think actually my largest live audience was 17,000 people. So getting on the media, if you're a speaker with a big message, if you have something brilliant to share, I personally think that media needs to become part of a plan of every speaker. You need to be noticed to bring that message to the world. And I think that that's something that I haven't really noticed any other speaker trainers out there offering, tools on how to do that, because no one's really doing it. And so that's something that we share with our people that really sets us apart and makes us unique.
So real quick, we're going to go to break and then come back, and I want you to let people know how to reach out and get a hold of you, and then we'll close you out and let you go, because I know you're live on stage right now. So we're going to go to break. This is Mike Driggers with Brandon Hintz on In the Now in 105.5 FM Sacramento.
They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Or how about the one that says, mindset is everything? I truly believe both these statements. If you're looking to grow in your life or your business, then something's got to change. Stop the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Hi, I'm Brandon Hintz, and I've helped thousands of my clients do just that. Stop being controlled by limiting beliefs and patterns that don't suit you anymore. Join me at AskBrandonForFree.com. That's AskBrandonForFree.com.
Money 105.5 and the Money 105.5 app with Brandon Hintz and Mike Driggers in the now.
All right, welcome back. And man, this show has had so many gold nuggets, and I hope that Doug, your audience, is appreciating and picking up all the wisdom from all three of us out there, and they're enjoying it.
Let's hear how they love you. Tell us how you feel, Toronto.
Well, I love it, technology, right? So, Doug, real quick, how does someone reach out to you? Like, what's the best way to get to you? And is it through Facebook, or give us something?
I'm going to say this, because here's the deal. My last name is really, really hard to spell for most people. I'm sure you're putting it on your Facebook group, and I'm sure you've even got it on any of the pages people can come to. Spelled Vermeeren. That's Douglas. And some people remember it because actually my great-great-grandpa is the famous Dutch painter Vermeeren, girl with the pearl earring, Vermeeren. We just added the E-N to it. But no one remembers that. So here you go. Here's the way to remember it, the easy way to find us. 10X your speaking business. If you find us on Facebook, there's a free group that's there. I share tons of tools every single day. I give out all kinds of value and benefit. I'm looking for speakers, so if you are looking to speak at an event, I might be looking for you. I'm also looking for speakers for our new movies. And, of course, we share all kinds of tools on how to become a seven-figure speaker really in a hurry if that's something that you're interested to do. So 10X your speaking business is really the best place to go.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to our movie that's going to be coming out around Authority. That's so awesome. I can't wait for folks to see this. So, Doug, thank you so much for being on the show, and all the audience in Toronto. Thank you so much for participating and getting the live experience. We appreciate you. And again, Doug, thank you so much for giving the gold nuggets and wisdom to our audience. So with that, we'll go ahead and let you go, and may you have a blessed day today.
Happy New Year.
Thank you so much for having me. And the only message I really want to finish on, which I think is probably the most important message, if there are any speakers, coaches, trainers, or people like that are listening today, trust your brilliance. Share your message. We need you.
There you go. Trust your brilliance. Show your mess. I love that. All right. Wow. What'd you get out of that, Brandon?
You want me to read the whole list?
There's a ton.
Every show I have a left column, right? And I write down the key points that I liked about what they said. Then the right-hand side is my task that I'm going to have to actually levy. So one of the things that I truly believe in is the word knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. So what you learn needs to be leveraged. So knowing something is one thing, but how you're going to leverage it is why knowledge is important. It's not just knowing. It's knowing leverage the right way.
Yeah, and applied knowledge.
Yeah.
Right.
So how are you going to apply it? So, I mean, right off the bat, the first thing I thought was, man, the book survey. I've already been kind of doing that preliminary for the title and the graphics, but now I want to survey a few of the chapters of the new book that's coming out. So I'm releasing a book this next year coming out in March called Which Way Should I Grow?, which is basically transform and performance that you need to grow, how your mindset has to change. And in order for you to achieve the things that you want in life, how will you change to get them? So now I could actually start surveying on a couple of the chapters I'm stuck on. So that was great for me. And then I really I do a sales funnel, the unique value ladder, for every one of our courses, for every time we do the radio show. We always have a reason to the rhyme that we're putting out there.
With the 5-year tribe
But the 5-year plan, I didn't map out 5 years of a client. I was doing like 12 to 24 months because that's how long the cycle took, right?
Right.
But then I also was thinking, okay, yeah, actually yesterday I sat down and I showed my admin a couple companies that have 5-year plans, such as like Mind Valley. When you're done with one of those courses from Mind Valley, they automatically take you over to someone else. Like, would you like to learn yoga? Would you like to learn mindset? Do you want to learn Pilates? There's all kinds of things because your mind, your body, and your spirit, right?
Right.
So if you're growing all of them, which is similar to what my book is about, if you're growing your mind, you're growing your knowledge, and you're growing your mentorship, what's going to happen to you? you're going to grow.
You're going to create value
Yeah.
in you, right? What you invest in you is then going to turn around. Think about it as gold flakes that fill up a pan, eventually become gold bars, and then those gold bars get stacked, and your value keeps going up, and people will pay the money. And when you're speaking to many, it sets you as an authority, right? So when you're out there and you're in the audience doing events or doing radio, whatever it is, it starts to establish you as an authority, and the sales cycle reduces. You become the go-to person, right? The objections in the sales cycle disappear, right? There's probably some there, but the trust, because you've built trust, like, and knowledge. They know you, and so speaking one to many is powerful. And I like what he said. I think that was the biggest thing that hit me was the 5-year plan.
Yeah.
Right. Is to and a tribe. I talk about database, and I've been marketing since in the late 80s. I've been doing marketing. Right. Well, actually all my life, but I'm saying from a database standpoint.
I'm old. Did you say the 80s? I think I was in grammar school, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish. But I've been marketing my whole life. But when it came to a database and keeping tracking, it's been in the 80s, and so. It's really important, I think, in that point was that treat it like a family, especially because you're so inundated with so many databases.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we do in Design It. So we're teaching the audience, stop being a business that's just dehumanized.
Yeah.
Start realizing that you're a human being serving another human being, and actually start having gratitude towards the customers, especially if you have a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
So one of our things, like he just said, be a learner before you can be a leader. So what we like to do is just give as much as possible. So we truly believe if you help as many people get their goals achieved, we're going to achieve more goals. So whether you're on our Facebook page, In the Now, or if you go to In the Now Radio or the Now Academy, we want to hear from you. If you would like to learn how to grow your business and take your business and your life to the next level, as we say, design your business, gain your life, then get a hold of us. Go to our social media page. We're going to comp you and a guest a ticket to our Design It course in February. So if you go to inthenowradio.com or thenowacademy.com, get a hold of us. Let us know that you'd like to attend our Design It course coming up in February, and we're going to give you a free ticket.
Yeah.
So check us out. If you're live feeding on the Facebook group right now, leave a comment that I'm interested. I'd like to move forward, because we want to teach you how to design your business to gain your life. The learner before you can be a leader. Let us teach you a couple of these nuggets that we have on us. We're willing to comp you, basically a scholarship.
Yeah, that's a $3,000
Yeah,
course
it's a
you're giving away.
$3,000 3-day course in February. So just take a look at it.
And I didn't know you were going to do this.
The first thing I thought was hey, look at the media plan.
Yeah.
We have 10 tickets that we always hold.
Right.
That we do for promos and giveaways. So our guests, the people who are supporting us right now, the Facebook Live group, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've been supporting us and taking advantage, look, we're giving away 10 tickets. That's $30,000 that we're giving away. So the first 10 people that reach out to us to get those tickets, we want you to have them, and come and experience your whole life will change in that event. Not only just for marketing purpose business, but your mindset and just your life. I love because we design it based on your lifestyle, your business. We design it based on you, your life, what you want.
Yeah, your business is secondary.
Yeah.
All of us work. On the way up this morning, someone said, "Happy Monday." And I looked at him and laughed, and I said, "Yeah, you're right, because entrepreneurs have 7 Mondays." And he started laughing. I never heard that.
Right.
Truly, we do. Here it is Thursday. We're walking into the studio, and he said, "Happy Monday," but that's really what our life is like. So if you don't put your life first and your business just takes over everything, then you're basically a cubicle jockey showing up to work. Whether you're speaking on stage or you're in your booth or not, you've got to put this first. And the Design It course was designed just for that.
Yeah, you become an employee of your own business.
Yeah.
Right.
We're going to teach you how to work on your business versus always just working in your business.
Yeah.
So check us out at the Now Academy Facebook group. Send us a message, or just message us right through our website. However you want to get a hold of us, make it happen. We'll take care of you guys.
Yeah, and also make sure you're downloading the 105.5 FM app.
Yeah, so it's Money 105.5 app on your iPhone or Android. They have them for both. And just start chiming in, because really look about what he said today. Reflection, experience, and imitating. So once you've got this reflection of what you want, how are you going to have that experience, and how will you imitate what's going on in the market to actually become who you want to be?
Yeah.
Those are things that I live for. I look at them a little different. What experience do you want? How will you change to get it? And then how will you give back?
Right?
Yep.
You know, in the quote that he had, because, you know, I teach how to position as an authority, being an authority in your niche, right? And I love that quote, when they get your vibe, they become your tribe.
And he was right. That old sales tactic, if you're interested right now, follow me to the back of the room and get your checkbook out. No. You give value, value, value. Then you tell them how to work with you. And the people who get your vibe become part of your tribe.
Well, that's our whole formula that you and I have. Value, value, value. Then we sell, right? Upsell, downsell. We're doing business, but then we deliver, but it doesn't stop. Value, value, value. We're always following that formula.
Yeah, that's a good formula to have.
So, man, there was some amazing things that came out of this. And so I hope that our audience is understanding that the importance of speaking one-to-many creates so many different opportunities. It creates products that you can give away as bonuses with your product. You know, we talked about the restaurant. He's teaching people. Think about filming that. Anything that you do, always put it on some type of media.
Yeah.
Right? Record it. We're recording the live streams. I can take all the live streams, get them transcribed, and we can create a book out of our whole show.
Yeah, the one-to-many marketing works for everyone. I have a client where we did a whole filming of how their ice cream is made and then how they serve it to their customers, what they say when the customer walks in, put it on YouTube, 10,000 followers.
Wow, that's amazing.
So for all of you out there listening today, even today in this call from our guest, there was a golden nugget that you need to leverage. Knowledge. Leverage it how you know. Whatever it was that you learned today, take action on it. Move forward in the now.
Absolutely. Wasn't it cool? He was live on stage and had an audience of entrepreneurs, man. Just love it. Love it. Take these gold nuggets, run, do something to change your life today in the now with Mike Driggers and Brandon Hintz.